The apex predator of the river has just made a fatal and irreversible miscalculation. It assumed it was stalking a slow, clumsy herbivore grazing peacefully near the water. But beneath that calm surface lies the most violent force in the entire ecosystem. This is the ultimate mistake. The crocodile's thick armor has protected it against every threat for 60 million years. But that ancient armor is completely useless against 2 tons of pure crushing power. This river territory does not belong to the cold-blooded reptilian hunter hiding quietly below. It is fiercely guarded by a giant creature that kills more than lions do. The hippopotamus does not hunt for meat, but it executes intruders without any hesitation. The muddy water suddenly erupts. A massive, gaping jaw emerges from the depths with terrifying and earth-shattering speed. Those enormous ivory tusks can easily puncture right through a small boat if provoked. The crocodile finally realizes its mistake and desperately thrashes to escape the deadly trap. But the heavy hippo clamps down with a bite force of 2,000 pounds. Thick reptilian scales splinter and crack like brittle dry wood under the immense pressure. The giant herbivore lifts the ancient predator entirely out of the water with ease. It shakes the massive reptile back and forth like a small, helpless rag doll. This is pure territorial dominance. The river turns into a chaotic battlefield of splashing water and deafening, guttural roars. Hippos are deeply territorial and will ruthlessly eliminate anything that enters their personal space. The crocodile tries to twist its body into a defensive death roll to escape. But the hippo's teeth are deeply embedded, locking the reptile in an unbreakable grip. Water splashes violently as the struggle sends heavy shockwaves across the entire peaceful lagoon. Other animals quickly scatter away from the riverbank, sensing the extreme danger unfolding here. The crocodile is losing energy fast as the giant mammal continues its relentless assault. There is no mercy here. The hippo drags the thrashing predator deeper into the muddy water to drown it. It uses its massive weight to pin the reptile firmly against the river floor. A crocodile can hold its breath for hours, but it cannot survive being crushed. The sheer physical strength of the hippopotamus is unmatched in this African aquatic environment. Even a pride of thirsty lions will hesitate before approaching a fully grown hippo. The reptile finally stops struggling as the heavy jaws deliver one last devastating bite. The prehistoric survivor has been completely overpowered by a creature that only eats grass. Nature is full of surprises. The victorious giant releases the lifeless body, letting it drift away with the current. It raises its massive head and lets out a deep, echoing bellow of victory. This sound serves as a stern warning to every other predator in the surrounding area. The river once again belongs to the undisputed king of the shallow muddy waters. The ecosystem quickly returns to normal, but the underlying tension always remains hidden below. Survival here requires absolute respect for the invisible boundaries drawn by these dangerous giants. A seemingly peaceful afternoon can turn into a violent battleground within just a split second. You must never underestimate them. Beneath the water, the crocodile's body becomes a crucial meal for other aquatic scavengers. Nothing is ever wasted in the wild. Every death brings life to something else entirely. The hippo slowly retreats to the deeper water to cool its sensitive, thick skin. It closes its heavy eyes as the warm African sun slowly sets on the horizon. The river returns to its deceptively peaceful state as if nothing had ever happened here. But every predator in the area has learned a very valuable and unforgettable survival lesson. Do not cross the hippopotamus. Many other predators have attempted to claim this strategic watering hole as their exclusive territory. Leopards, wild dogs, and even hyenas know better than to drink too close to them. The sheer mass of a hippo makes it practically invulnerable to any single land predator. Their incredibly thick skin acts like biological armor against sharp claws and deadly canine teeth. Only a highly coordinated pride of lions would ever dare to attack a healthy adult. But even lions usually prefer much easier prey that cannot fight back with such ferocity. The risk is too great. A single bite from a defending hippo can easily snap a male lion in half. So they mutually avoid each other, maintaining a fragile peace along the muddy river banks. As night falls, the true secret life of the African hippopotamus finally begins to unfold. They leave the safety of the water to graze under the cool, protective moonlight canopy. A single adult hippo can consume over 80 pounds of fresh green grass every night. They walk for miles. These heavy mammals carve deep, permanent pathways into the soft soil of the river bank. These specific trails have been used by generations of hippos for hundreds of consecutive years. When dawn approaches, they must return to the water before the harsh sun burns them. Their skin lacks sweat glands and easily cracks and bleeds if exposed for too long. They secrete a natural reddish fluid that acts as both sunscreen and powerful antibiotic ointment. This is biological perfection. It looks like blood, but it is actually a highly sophisticated chemical defense mechanism. This allows them to quickly heal from the brutal, vicious fights over prime river territory. Because within the hippo community, the biggest threats often come from their very own kind. Dominant males constantly battle each other to maintain control over a large pod of females. These aggressive territorial clashes are incredibly violent and can sometimes last for many exhausting hours. Only the strongest survive. They slash at each other with those razor-sharp ivory tusks, leaving deep, permanent battle scars. The defeated male is banished, forced to wander alone in search of another water source. A solitary hippo on land is extremely vulnerable to dehydration and opportunistic, hungry lion prides. But inside the pod, there is a complex social structure hidden beneath the muddy surface. Mothers fiercely protect their newborn calves, keeping them safely balanced on their massive, broad backs. The water provides a sanctuary. Young calves even suckle underwater, surfacing every few minutes to take a quick, deep breath. They must learn to swim before they can walk, an essential skill for their survival. If a calf is separated from its mother, it becomes a very easy target indeed. A lurking crocodile might attempt a quick snatch, but only if it goes completely unnoticed. Because if the mother sees it, she will unleash a terrifying wrath upon the predator. We saw what happens. The crocodile from earlier made the ultimate mistake of underestimating a fiercely protective adult hippo. It thought it was the apex predator, the undisputed ruler of the dark, murky waters. But evolution has crowned a completely different king in this dangerous African river ecosystem today. It is a giant herbivore that relies entirely on sheer power and brutal, unforgiving aggression. The river continues to flow quietly, hiding its most violent and dangerous secrets below. The crocodile's broken armor serves as a grim reminder of this ultimate natural truth. You cannot conquer a territory that has already been claimed by a living tank. This is their kingdom. The hippopotamus will continue to dominate these muddy waters for thousands of years to come. They are the undeniable rulers of the Okavango Delta, shaping the environment around them. Their sheer presence dictates the movements of every single living creature in this ecosystem. No other animal commands such absolute respect and terror from both land and water. They are ancient survivors. Their ancestors walked this very same earth long before the first humans ever appeared. And as long as the rivers continue to flow, the hippopotamus will always remain. The true apex predator of Africa is not the one with the sharpest claws. It is the one that can crush armored reptiles with absolute and effortless ease. This is the brutal reality. The hippo does not need to hunt to kill, it kills simply to survive.